Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is May 15th, 2022. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right, so starting with the SPX. Also, forgot like and subscribe. Really shows me that you guys appreciate what I'm doing here, and again, I do appreciate all the support y'all give. So please take a moment right now, like and subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Especially the subscribe part. It makes a big difference. Those are numbers, the metrics I watch to see how good I'm doing. So again, thank you so much. All right, so SPX. If you look at it, it's a head and shoulders top, and really this VWAP right here was a measured move, and then we have a nice little bounce. So, is this the bottom? Nobody knows till after the fact. It's a nice little start on lower volume, so we don't love that part. Has a lot more work to do. With all that being said, yeah, we don't know if that's the bottom or not, but it's one day, if you want to call it 2 days off the bottom. So it's a good start. But with that being, and there's not a ton of stocks setting up, right? That's the other problem, but I did find some that are looking the best of the breed, and I'm here to share that with you. Okay. Here we go. XOM is the first one. And you're like, oh yeah, oil and gas name. But not that many oil and gas names are looking great these days. This is one that's still looking really, really good. Maybe a little distribution here. So I definitely would wait for that breakout, and you can manage risk, whether you choose moving averages or the area, that's up to you. But I did try it one time, actually 2 times, failed 2 times. So if we could break out a third time, maybe that one will stick. We'll see. That's XOM, CVX, Chevron, coming up, trying to break out itself, kind of a double bottom-ish. Again, maybe a little distribution. These oil and gas names, they don't look pristine to me. So I would just definitely be careful. They are setting up, so I'm sharing them, but they have, they all have a little bit of issues, and there's less names setting up than in the past. PXD, again, nice. Again, a little bit loose in here, right? But still looking pretty good, moving higher. Oxy, nice little base right there. Good volume come in. We know that Uncle Warren's in this name quite a bit. But yeah, this one looks great. MPC, Marathon. Again, trying to move higher from this consolidation type area. That looks pretty good. And the last one in the bunch is Devon or Oil, DVN. There we go. Again, broke out-ish and is trying to move higher. Again, not a ton of tight movement in here. Not so again, some of these names, they look good. There's no doubt about that. But there's less and less names that I'm seeing that I want to share with you. So whatever that means, right? But those were my 2, 4, 6 oil and gas names. Albemarle, however you say that name. That's what I kind of like in this group. It's a lithium name. It has kind of like an inverse head and shoulder look to it. So if this can break out above, 248-ish, 245, somewhere around there, I think this one could be a nice play right here. Again, it does lithium. It's in all the, EV batteries for the most part. So things are looking pretty good with that. Next up, we have commodities. Okay, so commodities are looking good. So I'm using ETFs in this section because that's one of the easiest ways to play them. And switch to a weekly chart so you see this on a bigger picture. So this is DBC. It's a commodity index. This one has oil and gas names as well as agriculture names in it, and it is coming up to a prior important point. This is from 2011 and 10, or 11, I should say, and 12, and it backed off, and now it's coming back up. And so we'll have to see what it does here, right? I mean, it looks pretty good. It's basic nice. It's on the weekly, going down to the daily. You know, yeah, not bad at all. You know, kind of just consolidating, making higher lows. You know, VCP type pattern right in there. That's DBC. Now, if you take just agriculture piece out, that's DBA. Now, DBA just is agriculture, and as you can see, it had this like downtrend right here. You know, and it is breaking out. So this one looks really good too. Yeah, and again, where to play it? Well, there's moving averages right here. You can play against. You know, it may need to tighten up a little bit. We'll have to see with all these, but you know, this trend line, and I'd probably play it against the moving averages. You mean you have a really nice tight stop right there. If you do, will they hold? They don't hold. I don't know. But again, looks pretty good. As DBA. USO, that's the oil index. So this one's really interesting because you have the big move up, right? Big move up, and then you have this kind of pennant that's being created here, with decreasing volume right at the end, right there. And so, what's it going to be? And you know, it looks a bit better here. Try to break down, came right back. Now it's at the top. And so, which way does it go? Right? Does it break out? And if it breaks out, that's pretty powerful. And technically, it should break out because the prior trend was higher. Right? This was prior trend. So that's the information that you're really looking for, and probably maybe even for the whole commodity sector, right? Does oil break out? Does it break down? Now, the oil and gas names are saying it's going to break down, right? Because less and less are setting up. But what if it doesn't, right? Again, the idea is that it should break higher because prior trend was higher. But we'll see what happens with this. USO though, nice little consolidation, and whichever way it does break out, that's the way I would play it with risk management. Natural gas, UNG, also looking pretty good. Again, good accumulation in this name. And if you go down back to a weekly, you know, you have room to the upside here, of roughly, you know, 40%, right? So you hit some resistance. So that's pretty good, right? I'll take that move all day long. So you have a 40% potential move to the upside. Nice accumulation in there, and it looks like it wants to move higher. So there you go. That's UNG. And last one is going to be wheat. Yeah, I did break out wheat from its own kind of sector because wheat is just looking fabulous. I mean, just a wonderful looking chart, moving higher. Probably should have bought it in this consolidation right over here, but again, it's easier to you know, say that after the fact. But nice big moves higher right here. So wheat looks pretty good there again, and it went from, you know, $7 to, you know, $12, 70% move, retraced, and now we'll see. Okay, those were the stocks I have. My top ones, my favorites, are going to be Oxy. That looks really good. Albemarle, however you say that. It needs to finish off this pattern, but I do like this one a lot. DVA, I like the agriculture one, yeah, specifically. And I think it looks really strong. USO, oil is looking, if it could break out tight. UNG, looking really good, especially with the accumulation going on down here, 40% move to the upside potential. And wheat's looking really strong too. I'm not sure how much of, you know, the news of a really bad wheat season is going to be priced in or not, but charts saying that it's not priced in, right? That there may be higher. By the way, where's all-time highs for wheat? All-time highs for wheat is up here in the $25 range. So that's, you know, potential double or a little bit more than a double in wheat. Anyway, those are my top. There were 6 names in there that my favorite charts for the week. I'm going to finish this video off with, for a true bottom in the market, what am I watching for? Okay. We've actually seen some of the things already, but not all of them. So, you know, I'm looking for maybe a little bit more. So first off, SPX. The measured move in the VWAP is right over here at 38.42. It did stop short, and on a closing basis, didn't quite get to it yet. But intraday, it got really darn close. Was that enough? I'm not sure. Does it need to get one more plunge down to touch it? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but I'm looking again. I want to say measured move. I'm using this neckline, right? This neckline to that. And that's roughly a measured move, but it's also the VWAP from the COVID low, right? So it's an important area. And again, it got really close, and it may have been close enough. But we'll know after the fact, right? We'll need to see these moving averages start to flatten out and price to get above it on the shorter term timeframes before anything else, right? So there you go. That's SPX. On the Qs, I'm watching 300, 277 to 300, this range. Well, we got into the range, just so you know, this was a gap back here, this orange line. We got into the range. Is that enough? I don't know. This bounce is weak, right? It doesn't scream institutional money coming back in, but it did get to maybe this could be a short-term bottom. It could be a permanent bottom. I'm not sure, but it did get to a place that was interesting. So that's Qs. IWM got to this area, right? So there's three things that kind of got to the area. Is that right? It bounced to it, it bounced off of it. Again, low volume, but things are looking, maybe this was the bottom, right? Again, we'll only know after the fact. There's your 5-wave move down right into this major support area. Okay. I mean, it did it, right? We're there. So on the indexes, let's look at IWO. IWO, I would like to see IWO lead the way higher. That remains to be seen if it's going to. But if you look at it, it actually is above its shortest term moving average, where if you look at IWM, it didn't get above it, did tag it and pull back from it. And Qs, I'm talking about the green one, again, tagged it and pulled back. And then SPX tagged it and pulled back. So IWO, small cap growth, actually closed above it. So is it leading the way out of here? Maybe that was something that I was watching for, an undercut a rally. So we'll find out probably this week. What else am I looking for? Now, what we haven't seen yet, we haven't seen VIX spike to about 38, right? It didn't get there. Got a 34, 35, we'll call it. But never got up into 37, 38, 40-ish level. Does it need to? That remains to be seen, but it hasn't yet. What else have we seen? Put call ratio, equity only. It never got into this really, really bearish, area. Now, intraday, it got close. But was that enough? Or does it need to have one more spike up like it's done in the past multiple times? I don't know the answer to that. Again, we will find out, right? And then the last one is percent of stocks above the 50-day moving average. Right? So percent of stocks above the 50-day moving average, it got down to 12%. Does it need to get to under 10? I mean, 12% is pretty darn close, and it's pretty washed out. But does it need one more plunge down into the screen area? Again, that remains to be seen. Okay. So on the indexes, they all got to potentially their targets, or at least areas of potential importance, and they all bounced, right? So I saw what I was looking for in the indexes, but under the hood, I didn't see that. I didn't see what I was looking for. And so right now, the market is still rewarding the buy the dippers, because if it does go up from here, right? It rewarded the buy the dippers again. I'm not going to be the first one in. I'm going to, I need to see the market really set up before I'm going to jump back in full force. Now, these commodities look really, really good. So I may own some of those, but I'm talking about like technology and the names I really like to trade. The high flying, high growth type names, just not there yet. I'm just not there yet. So that's what I'm looking for. Again, indexes look good. Under the hood, I felt like it got close, but maybe there's one more shakeout the market has in place, maybe going to the summer. Again, doesn't mean that this is not a tradable rally on any of the indexes, right? I mean, they hit support. This very well could be a very tradable bullish rally, a la this. Remember this? That was a gigantic tradable rally that ended up failing right at the 200-day. That was a 17% rally. And just so you can see where the 200-day was, basically came up right to 200-day, and now the 200-day is starting to decline. I mean, a rally here to the 200-day would be, again, a 20% rally, which is a sick rally, right? Not saying it's going to get there or get even close to there, but this definitely could rally up and still turn over, and we could still be in a bear market. Just some food for thought. So if you want to play a tradable rally, go for it. That's your choice. Again, be careful, be aware of what you're doing, use your stops. If you are going to trade at all, you don't have to trade, right? I found 12 names or something like that. That's not very many, right? Usually I'm giving you 20, 30 names, during good markets. I'm giving you 12 commodity names, and 6 of which look really good, actually, or potentially good. And so, and their commodities are wheat and oil and natural gas and, things of that nature. So anyway, be careful out there if you choose to play. Let me know what I missed, right? If you guys see something that I'm missing, let me know, what I missed and what the time frame is, because I think that matters too. And good luck out there. I hope you all do well. Take care. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Thank you. And good luck. Bye-bye.